Dominaria United. Card 1 out of 281. Khan Living Legacy. 4 generic mana. Legendary Planeswalker Khan. Mythic Rarity. +1. Create a tap Power Stone. It's an artifact with tap, add colorless mana. This mana can't be spent to cast non-artifact spell. -1. Pay an amount of mana. Look at that many cards from the top of your library. Then put one of those cards into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. -7. You get an emblem with tap an untapped artifact you control. This emblem deals 1 damage to any target. For loyalty, the market value is currently 4.26, with the foil being 4.92. Dominaria United set. Card number 2, Anointed Peacekeeper. 1 plain, 2 generic mana. Creature, Human Cleric. Rarity, Rare. Vigilance. As Anointed Peacekeeper enters the battlefield, look at opponent's hand, then choose any card. Spells your opponent cast with chosen name cost 2 more to cast. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name cost 2 more to activate unless they're mana abilities. 3 power, 3 toughness. The current market price is $0.6, and the foil variant is $0.66. Dominaria United set. Card number 3, Archangel of Wrath. 2 plains mana, 2 generic mana. Creature, Angel. Rarity, Rare. Kicker, Swamp and or Mountain mana. You may pay an additional swamp or mountain mana as you cast the spell. Flying, Lifelink. When Archangel of Wrath enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, it deals 2 damage to any target. When Archangel of Wrath enters the battlefield, if it was kicked twice, it deals 2 damage to any target. 3 power, 4 toughness. Current market value $0.27, and the foil variant is $0.55. Dominaria United set. Card number 4. Mesa Cavalier. 1 plains, 2 generic mana. Creature, Orc Knight. Rarity, Common. Enlist. As this creature attacks, you may tap a non-attacking creature you control without summoning sickness. When you do, add its power to this creature's until end of turn. When a Griffin Cavalier enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. 2 power, 2 toughness. Current market price, $0.06, and the foil variant is $0.16. Dominaria United set. Card number 5. Argivian Phalanx. 1 plains, 5 generic mana. Creature, Human Core Soldier. Rarity, Common. This spell costs 1 generic mana less to cast for each creature you control. Vigilance. Flavor text. New Argave, welcome to the core people. When they were displaced by the wrathy overlay, the core repaid that kindness with fierce loyalty. 4 power, 4 toughness. Current market value $0.05. Foil variant $0.19. Dominaria United set. Card number 6. Artillery Blast. Costs 1 plains mana, 1 generic mana. Instant. Rarity, Common. Domain. Artillery Blast deals X damage to target tapped creature, where X is 1 plus the number of basic land types amongst lands you control. Flavor text. To conserve ammunition, Jahoria modified Ancient Thrawn artillery cannons to fire gouts of pure Shivan lava. The current market value is $0.09, with the foil variant being $0.17. Dominaria United set. Card number 7. Venelish Faithbonder. Costs 1 plains, 1 generic mana. Creature, Human Cleric. Rarity, Common. Vigilance. Enlist. As this creature attacks, you may tap a non-attacking creature you control without summoning sickness. When you do, add its power to this creature's until end of turn. Flavor text. A single light can hold back an endless darkness. 1 power, 3 toughness. Current market value $0.07. Foil variant $0.13. Dominaria United set. Card number 8. Belen Sleeper. Costs 1 plains, 1 generic mana. Thyrexian Human Soldier. Rarity, Common. Kicker, 1 swamp. You may pay an additional swamp as you cast the spell. When Belen Sleeper enters battlefield, if it was kicked, each player sacrifices a creature. Flavor text. Even he didn't know what he was until he left his skin shifting and splitting, his mind overtaken by chaos of whispers. 3 power, 1 toughness. Current market value $0.09. Foil variant $0.13. Dominaria United set. Card number 9. Captain's Call. Costs 1 plains, 3 generic mana. Sorcery. Rarity common. Create 3/1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Flavor text. Argivia's walls may run on power stones, but its real power comes from its people. King Darian the 48th. Current market value $0.07. Foil variant $0.04. Dominaria United set. Card number 10. Charismatic Vanguard. 1 plains, 2 generic mana. Creature, dwarf soldier. Rarity, common. Ability cost. Pay 4 generic 1 plains mana. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Flavor text. This battlefield is an anvil. My Mesa forging hammer, and you, Thyrexian scum, are the scrap of metal that's about to be reshaped as I see fit. 3 power, 2 toughness. Current market value $0.06. Foil variant $0.15. Dominaria United set. Card number 11. Citizen's Arrest. Costs 2 plains, 1 generic mana. Type enchantment. Rarity common. Abilities. When Citizen Arrest enters the battlefield, exile target creature or planeswalker and opponent controls until Citizen's Arrest leaves the battlefield. Flavor text. What lurks behind the faces of those you think you can trust? Dominaria United set. Card number 12. Cleaving Skyrider. Costs 1 plains, 2 generic mana. Type creature. Human warrior. Rarity uncommon. Abilities. Flash. Kicker. 2 generic mana, 1 mountain. You may pay an additional 2 generic mana, 1 mountain, as you cast the spell. Flying. When Cleaving Skyrider enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, it deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of attacking creatures. 2 power, 2 toughness. Dominaria United set. Card number 13. Clockwork Drawbridge. Costs 1 plains mana. Type, artifact, creature, war. Rarity, common. Abilities. Defender. Spend 2 generic 1 plains mana and tap this card. Tap target creature. Flavor text. Archivia's clockwork fortifications are the stuff of legend, reminding all on Dominaria that ingenuity saved them before, and can do so again. 0 power, 3 toughness. Dominaria United set. Card number 14. Coalition Skynet. Costs 1 plains, 3 generic mana. Type, creature, human knight. Rarity, uncommon. Abilities, flying. Enlist. As this creature attacks, you may tap a non-attacking creature you control without summoning sickness. When you do, add its power to this creature's until end of turn. 2 power, 2 toughness. Dominaria United set. Card number 15. Dinosaur, Benalia's Hope. Costs 1 plain, 4 general mana. Type, legendary creature. Human knight. Rarity, rare. Abilities, First Strike, Vigilance, Lifelink. When Dinosaur, Benalia's Hope enters the battlefield, you may put an Aura of Equipment card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield, attached to Dinosaur. 4 power, 4 toughness. Dominaria United set. Card number 16. Defiler of Faith. Costs 2 plains, 3 generic mana. Type, creature, Phyrexian human. Rarity, rare. Abilities, Vigilance. As an additional cost to cast white permanent spells, you may pay 2 life. Those spells cost 1 mana less to cast if you paid life this way. This effect reduces only the amount of white mana you pay. Whenever you cast a white permanent spell, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. 5 power, 5 toughness. Dominaria United set. Card number 17. Destroy Evil. Costs 1 plain, 1 generic mana. Type, instant. Rarity, common. Abilities. Choose 1. Destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater, or destroy target enchantment. Flavor text. Sarah's grace most often manifests as a healing touch, but it may also grant a merciful death. Dominaria United set. Card number 18. Griffin Protector. Costs 1 plains, 3 generic mana. Type, creature, Griffin. Rarity, common. Abilities, flying. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Griffin Protector gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Flavor text. Griffin flocks still patrol the skies above the Zulfaran void, as though they are waiting for their old home to reappear. 2 power, 3 toughness. Dominaria United set card number 19. Guardian of New Benelia. Costs 1 plains, 1 generic mana. Type creature, human soldier. Rarity, rare. Abilities, enlist. As this creature attacks, you may tap a non-attacking creature you control without summoning sickness. When you do, add its power to this creature's until end of turn. Whenever Guardian of New Benelia enlists a creature, scry 2. Discard a card. Guardian of New Benelia gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. 2 power, 2 toughness. Dominaria set, card number 20, Heroic Charge. Costs 2 plains, 2 general mana. Type instant, rarity, common. Ability, kicker, 1 general, 1 mounted. You may pay an additional 1 general, 1 mounted mana as you cast this spell. Creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. If this spell was kicked, those creatures also gain trample until end of turn. Flavor text. For Cal, for Vanavia, Dominaria. Dominaria United set, card number 21, Join Forces. Costs 1 plain, 2 generic mana. Type instant, rarity uncommon. Abilities. Untap up to 2 target creatures. They each get +2/+2 until end of turn. Flavor text. Okay, you take the 16 Rages and the Hulk on the right, and I'll take the 10 Defilers and the Plague Lord on the left. Ready? Danatha to Radha. Dominaria United set, card number 22. Juniper Order Rootweaver. Costs 1 plains, 1 generic mana. Type creature. Human Druid. Rarity common. Ability. Kicker. Forest. You may pay an additional forest mana as you cast this spell. When Juniper Order Rootweaver enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Flavor text. But Phyrexia takes, the grace of Feralise shall replenish. 2 power, 2 toughness. Dominaria United set, card number 23, Knight of Dawn's Light. 1 plains, 1 generic mana. Type creature, human knight, rarity uncommon. Abilities, First Strike. If you would gain life, you gain that much life +1 instead. Spend 1 general, 1 plains. Knight of Dawn's Light gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Flavor text. Thyrexians destroyed my village, but they cannot break my hope. 2 power, 2 toughness. Dominaria United set, card number 24, Leyline Binding. Costs 1 plains, 5 generic mana. Type enchantment. Rarity rare. Ability flash. Domain. This spell costs 1 general mana less to cast for each basic land type among the lands you control. When Leyline Binding enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Leyline Binding leaves the battlefield. Dominaria set, card number 25, Love Song of Night and Day. Costs 1 plain, 2 generic mana. Type enchantment saga. Rarity uncommon. Abilities, read ahead. Choose a chapter and start with that many lore counters. Add 1 after your draw step. Skipped chapters don't trigger. Sacrifice after 3. 1. You and target opponent each draw 2 cards. 2. Create a 1/1 white bird creature token with flying. 3. Put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Dominaria United card number 26. Mesa Cavalier. Costs 1 plains, 2 generic mana. Type creature, human knight, rarity common. Abilities, flying. When Mesa Cavalier enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. Flavor text. In the fight to defeat Phyrexia, the courage of battle-ash knights is matched only by their Pegasus steeds. 2 power, 1 toughness. Dominaria United set, card number 27, Thyrexian Missionary. Costs 1 plains, 1 general mana. Type creature, Phyrexian human cleric. Rarity uncommon. Ability kicker. 1 general, 1 swamp. You may pay an additional 1 general, 1 swamp mana as you cast this spell. Lifelink. When Phyrexian Missionary enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. 2 power, 3 toughness. Dominaria United set, card number 28, Prayer of Binding. Costs 1 plains, 3 general mana. Type enchantment. Ability flash. When Prayer of Binding enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Prayer of Binding leaves the battlefield. You gain 2 life. Flavor text. When a Phyrexian agent cannot be killed, they must be contained. Dominaria United set, card number 29, Resolute Reinforcements. Costs 1 plane, 1 general mana, type creature, human soldier. Rarity, uncommon, ability, flash. When Resolute Reinforcements enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Flavor text. Morale rarely survives the sudden appearance of a squad of Cersei skirmishers at an army's flank. 1 power, 1 toughness. Dominaria United set, card number 30. Runic Shot. Costs 1 planes. Type sorcery. Rarity uncommon. Ability. Kicker island. You may pay an additional island as you cast this spell. Destroy target tapped creature if this spell was kicked. Scry 2. Flavor text. Target acquired! Dominaria United set. Card number 31. Semit Herbalist. Costs 1 planes, 1 general mana. Type creature. Human cleric. Rarity. Common. Abilities. Whenever Semit Herbalism becomes tapped, you gain 1 life and scry 1. Look at the top card of your library. You may put that card at the bottom of your library. Flavor text. Spiritual wholeness is not something you can give to yourself. It is attained only through the divine blessing of healing another. Dominaria United set, card number 32. Sarah Paragon. Costs 2 planes, 2 general mana. Type creature, angel. Rarity, mythic. Abilities, flying. Once during each of your turns, you may play a land from your graveyard as you cast a permanent spell with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. If you do, it gains when this permanent is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, exile it, and you gain 2 life. 3 power, 4 toughness. Dominaria set, card number 33. Shalais Acolyte. Costs 1 planes, 4 generic mana. Type creature, angel. Rarity, uncommon. Ability, kicker. 1 general, 1 forest mana. You may pay an additional 1 general, 1 forest mana as you cast this spell. Flying. If Shalais Acolyte was kicked, it enters battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters on it. Flavor text. Armed by Multidi, she protected the forest from above. 3 power, 4 toughness. Dominaria United set, card number 34. Stall for time. Costs 1 planes, 2 generic mana. Type instant. Rarity common. Abilities. Kicker. 1 general, 1 island mana. You may pay an additional 1 general, 1 island mana as you cast this spell. Tap up to 2 target creatures. If the spell was kicked, put a stun counter on each of those creatures. If a permanent with stun counter would become untapped, remove 1 from it instead. Draw a card. Dominaria United set, card number 35. Take up the shield. Costs 1 planes, 1 general mana. Type instant. Rarity common. Ability. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. Damage and effects that say destroy don't destroy it. Flavor text. You're all part of my pride. As long as I live, I will protect you. Dominaria United set, card number 36. Temporary Lockdown. Costs 2 planes, 1 general mana. Type enchantment. Rarity rare. Ability. When Temporary Lockdown enters the battlefield, exile each non-land permanent with a mana value of 2 or less until Temporary Lockdown leaves the battlefield. Flavor text. As any one of us could be compromised, said Khan. No one leaves until we know how can be trusted. Dominaria United set, card number 37. Urza assembles the Titans. Costs 2 planes, 3 general mana. Type enchantment, saga. Rarity rare. Abilities. Read ahead. Choose a chapter and start with that many lore counters. Add 1 after your draw step. Skip chapters don't trigger. Sacrifice after 3. 1. Scry 4. Then you may reveal the top card of your library. If Planeswalker card is revealed this way, put it into your hand. 2. You may put a Planeswalker card with mana value 6 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. 3. You may activate loyalty abilities of Planeswalker you control twice this turn, rather than only once. Dominaria United set, card number 38. Valiant Veteran. Costs 1 planes, 1 general mana. Type creature, core soldier. Rarity rare. Abilities. Other soldiers you control get +1/+1. Spend 3 general, 2 planes, exile Valiant Veteran from your graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on each soldier you control. Flavor text. Let them come! We will show them that the Agravian steel is stronger than Phyrexian metal! 2 power, 2 toughness. Dominaria United set, card number 39. Wingmantle Chaplain. Costs 1 plains, 3 generic mana. Type, human creature. Rarity, uncommon. Abilities, Defender. When Wingmantle Chaplain enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white bird creature token with flying for each creature with Defender you control. Whenever another creature with Defender enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 white bird creature token with flying. 0 power, 3 toughness.